Yo, 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 yo. Yeah, Mookie.
Yo,
Bro,
what's up?
alright. We left off in Formula One, bro.
Okay.
We was just getting on my man Lewis Hamilton.
Yes, sir.
I know I heard you say you like his swag, you like his
do.
approach, you
I do.
like things about you to the game.
I do.
And you like that he a black man in Formula One.
Supporting the cause.
Okay. okay. Look, man, we back in Formula One. So listen. I'm gonna tell y'all this about Formula One. If we able to get this video through, which I think we is, because I seen a lot of YouTubers that had this video on there. The other Formula One videos, bro, we gonna have to make a what, Moogie? What you call it?
Patreon.
A Patreon. Now, there was a lot of people that say they rock with it, bro.
Okay.
We'll do it for the low, man. Y'all just join subscription for like $5. You feel me?
I was thinking a quarter.
A quarter?
Yeah.
Like 25 cents?
Yes, sir.
I don't think it go that low. I don't think it can go that low. But we'll do it between $3 and $5, man. I seen a lot of people say, man, we'll support y'all, this and that. And I'm just about to push the go button on it, bro. It's a lot of stuff coming up. By the end of the summer, we try to hit 50,000 subscribers, man. So it's time for us to really lock in, man. But yeah, bro, back to your boy, Lewis Hamilton, man. We back at him, about to learn more about him. This is driving skills, though. Okay. We learned about his personal life. So if y'all new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Mooty.
Yo.
Let's get into these moments, baby.
Let's go.
Lewis Hamilton, the newly crowned 7-time Formula One world champion, has driven some of the most memorable races in the history of the sport. The 2006 GP2 champion announced himself to the world.
Hold on. That's when he young, baby?
That's young, baby.
yeah. No braids or nothing.
No
Got the regular.
Smooth with it.
After his move to partner world champion Fernando Alonso in the McLaren F1 team. Hamilton racked up some solid practice sessions at the 2007 season opener in Melbourne, but couldn't quite take that form into qualifying, starting from P4 on his Formula One debut. But the Stevenage rookie was determined to show his worth, laying down a marker at turn 1 that set the tone for the rest of his career.
Okay, young fella.
Put on him by Kubica, but he comes round the outside. He's also gone round Alonso. Stunning start by Lewis Hamilton, up into third place.
Yes, sir.
First race.
He was in
First
third.
corner. In making a mighty move on your new teammate, the reigning double world champion, Hamilton had proven straight away he was the real deal. Hamilton's pace over a single lap is mind-blowing, and he holds the all-time.
Is that the qualifying lap right there?
It might be else, you know, somebody else.
qualifying
Oh,
record.
there.
Oh yeah, you heard him just say it?
Yeah.
Look, listen.
Hamilton's pace over a single lap is mind-blowing, and he holds the all-time qualifying record
Yes,
for
sir.
F1 pole positions. Yet some laps still stand out, such as at Singapore in 2018. Locked in a titanic battle with Sebastian Vettel, Hamilton arrived at Marina Bay with a car unsuited to the twisty technical nature of the street circuit, but made a nonsense of this supposed Achilles heel and conjured up a truly magical qualifying performance. Half a second off Vettel's best time heading into qualifying, he only narrowly avoided a disastrous Q1 exit.
Only a 39.4 for Lewis.
So if the cut-offs are 1:39.5 between success and failure, he is right on the cusp.
And then fell short of Kimi Räikkönen and Max Verstappen's pace in Q2. But as the British driver swung his Mercedes through the floodlit streets of Singapore on his first flying lap in Q3, he came alive. At one with his car, as he set the timing screens purple.
That one felt the most complete lap that I think I may have ever done. We did not expect that, no one expected that, and all of a sudden this lap out of nowhere, it was just beautiful, just flowing, beautiful. It was like it was like a dance. It was freaking awesome.
The clock stopped at 1 minute 36.015, over 3 seconds up on Vettel's pole time from the previous year. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff called the lap Stardust, as Hamilton, still shaking from the enormity of his lap, dealt a major blow.
So, when he in a qualifying lap,
Right.
of course, in their ear, they probably telling him the time frames and everything like that. Like, you only got just much time to, to finish the lap. How much pressure you think be on him at that time, though, bro? If he don't got a lot of time and it's like, man, shorty's either this or you gonna be in the last bracket of the races when it come down to it.
I mean, for a good driver, I don't think they feel pressure. I
Right.
just think they step up to the challenge
Okay.
and just get busy out there. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just more of a challenge for them when they
Right.
tell them that. Is the challenge is there, so it's just time to attack, work, and get busy.
Okay.
Blow to Vettel's title ambitions. In a car which, despite its overall dominance, had no right to be on the front row that weekend. He followed it up with a victory, and in so doing, placed
So he
one
was
hand
about to be-
on a fifth World Championship crown. A comfortable pole position at Hockenheim in 2008 proved Hamilton was in form, but a poor strategy call would force Lewis to pull off an epic recovery drive. Hamilton had led from the off and was over 11 seconds clear of Felipe Massa's Ferrari at the halfway point. But when Timo Glock's Toyota suffered a suspension failure and crashed, there was a safety car.
Wow.
Most of the field peeled
Jeez.
into the pits for fresh rubber, but McLaren believed the safety car period would be short, and their driver would have enough time to rebuild a gap before pitting. But they were wrong.
Why have McLaren not brought Hamilton in? That's the big question.
And when he did come in 9 laps after the restart, he was left down in 5th, with just 17 laps to go. Teammate Heikki Kovalainen didn't pose too much of a problem, but ahead lay championship rival Massa and his old GP2 adversary, Nelson Piquet Jr., who was leading by virtue of a perfectly timed pit stop. Massa was struggling with his brakes, and Hamilton dived by into second, with Piquet's Renault in his sights. He was soon on the Brazilian's gearbox and on lap 60 went down the inside at the hairpin to reclaim the lead. Hamilton had come back from the brink, and his immaculate response to the tricky tactics was a joy to behold.
Oh, he went to the sideline.
Lewis, I'm very sorry that we made it a little bit more difficult for you, but wanted you to have the opportunity
Oh.
of driving a great car.
So the people in the box messed up a little bit.
Yeah. So
And
I
he
think
still
it's
overcame
10.
that?
Still overcame it.
Hold on, Lois. Hold on.
Lois
I might be a big fan now, Shorty. You telling me the people that got the eyes on the track before
That ain't
you...
doing none of the driving.
Right. So my man in there driving like, dang, Shorty, you done messed up. Say less. I got it. Get back right.
Crazy.
It's wild.
Hope you enjoyed it, but absolutely fantastic job. Well done.
That's okay, Ron. That's a good excuse. Don't worry. Well, that's what you hired me for, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Canada 2007 was only Hamilton's 6th Formula One race, but he had already stood on the podium 5 times, just
Jeez.
not on the top step.
That's tough.
Yet. But Montreal was a weekend for firsts, as he stormed to his first career pole position and drove with a maturity beyond his 22 years to hold off Alonso at the start and build up a gap to his competitors.
Alonso goes to the outside as he made it. He's gone for broke, and it's cost him.
Jeez.
Hamilton's driving was absolute perfection.
Hold
as
on,
he sailed
Shorty.
serenely on through a chaotic afternoon where no less than 4 safety cars constantly cut back his hard-earned lead to 0. But he
Damn.
refused to buckle under the pressure and executed restarts to perfection, despite never having done so in Formula One before. And he came through the carnage to make history. The first black driver to win a Formula One Grand Prix.
Yes, sir.
Hamilton wins.
He gotta say that again, Shorty.
Yes, sir.
That sound good.
Sound good to me.
One before. And he came through the carnage to make history.
Say it
The
again.
first black driver to win a Formula One Grand Prix,
Lewis Hamilton wins.
and continued on an unprecedented run of success
Yeah.
for a rookie racer.
Look at the black. Out of all the people in the black dude go, yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
My man Lewis.
Hamilton
Look at the black dude in the crowd, Booty. Yo, he trying to get to him.
And continued on an unprecedented run of
Look
success
at my man, Booty.
This is triumphant, yes, sir.
of motorsport.
I don't.
With Hamilton's attacking credentials undeniable, 2019's Monaco Grand Prix demonstrated his mastery of that other vital side to the art of the racing driver, defending. In the wake of the death of his friend and mentor Niki Lauda, who had been so instrumental in persuading Hamilton to were high on the Prince's
Too slick.
The race started well, leading from the off after taking a dominant pole position until a puncture and floor damage for local hero Charles Leclerc brought out the safety car and the leaders into the pits on lap 11. Cue a strategic error from Mercedes that gave Hamilton a mountain to climb, while his rivals Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel went back out on hard tyres. Mercedes opted for the mediums, and the world champion now faced a daunting 64-lap stint on the softer compound.
I don't know what you're thinking when you keep these tyres on, man. You need to hope for a miracle.
They have put him on a set of tyres that should do about 50 laps for 67 laps.
But once again, the crisis simply showed the measure of the man as he protected his delicate tyres and defended for his life against Verstappen, one of the most aggressive drivers on the grid, on tyres with minimal tread on the most psychologically demanding circuit in the world. The Dutchman spent 60 laps trying to sneak, slip and nudge past, with Hamilton showing Herculean defensive stamina and tenacity to stay ahead, all the while conscious he dare not overwork his fragile tyres. With 3 laps left, the Dutchman went for a killer pass down the inside into the chicane, but Hamilton's sixth sense kicked in.
Verstappen down the inside on Lewis Hamilton, they make contact. Hamilton has to cut the chicane.
And that was as close as he'd come.
Hamilton wins the Monaco Grand Prix.
That one's for Nicky, mate. That one is for Nicky.
Nicky, mate.
That was definitely probably the hardest race I think I've had.
Who is Nick?
He really was fighting with the spirit of Nicky. I know he'll be looking down, and I know he would take his hat off today.
A swashbuckling racer's performance helped Hamilton beat Mark Webber and Fernando Alonso at the Nurburgring in 2011. A stunning qualifying effort, 1.2 seconds faster than his McLaren teammate Jenson Button, secured Hamilton a surprise front row start, P2 beside Webber. And he got the better of the Australian at the off, while Alonso's Ferrari soon got ahead of Sebastian Vettel and the other Red Bull, setting up a three-way battle for victory. Hamilton held off Webber until a small mistake into the chicane on lap 12.
He's gone deep. He's gone too deep.
Webber's going to be through here. Any cares left, he'll deploy it. He's got the inside line. I don't see how Lewis can defend against that. He tries.
Mark getting out of shape on the apex, desperately trying to get on the throttle. Lewis now then is back in the slipstream, and he comes up the inside.
Oh,
using the extra straight line speed of the McLaren. That's not DRS, that's just pure speed. And Alonso watching very closely too.
An earlier pit stop from Red Bull then allowed Webber to jump back ahead, but he couldn't shake off his pursuer. And after the second round of stops, he was hung out to dry when he tried to pass Hamilton as the McLaren emerged from its tyre change.
Webber though, can he go around the outside of turn 2 and reclaim that lead? I can't see Lewis yielding that one too easily, and he doesn't.
Hamilton then showed how it should be done by passing Alonso, the Spaniard emerging just ahead for his own stop.
He's round the outside, he's going to make this one stick. Alonso was caught napping.
The Briton secured just his second win of the season, but it was vintage Hamilton.
Okay, Lewis be driving that.
Yeah, he driving.
He nice with it, shorty.
Too nice with it.
I can see the competitiveness when you're on that track, bro. Like,
right.
At first it didn't seem that really entertaining to me.
Right,
I just think it's cars driving or Formula One vehicles driving. But when you actually pay attention, you're like, oh, of course it's a skill, but it's like, yo, I'm gonna get past you. Now I'm gonna block you.
Yep.
It's tough, bro. What you gotta
tough.
say about it, bro?
I gotta say the driving is A1.
Facts.
He knows what's going on around. It seems like he just knows what's going on around him at all times, and he react accordingly. You know what I'm saying?
And pit stops and how strong your vehicle is important,
yeah.
bro.
Oh yeah.
You feel me? I ain't know that.
An offensive masterclass on a day when the driver made all the difference.
Great job, guys! Great job! That was amazing!
Time and again, Hamilton has proven himself a master of qualifying, when man and machine are pushing in perfect harmony on the ragged edge of adhesion. And at the 2020 Styrian Grand Prix, Hamilton produced one of the finest and bravest driving displays of his career. The conditions in Austria were such that many had doubts as to whether qualifying would happen at all on Saturday, after final practice had been cancelled. But despite a handful of spins and crashes, qualifying continued, and Hamilton was left trading fastest sector times with Max Verstappen as the two protagonists duelled for pole position, head and shoulders above the rest. And Verstappen blinked first, after initially setting the fastest first sector on his final lap to raise hopes he could topple Hamilton. The Dutch master spun at the penultimate corner. And whether he didn't know or didn't care, the man from Stevenage kept his foot to the floor to emerge from the mist and smash his previous best.
Look how treacherous the conditions are. Lewis Hamilton on pole position.
What a lap. Champions drive.
It was freaking awesome.
The scintillating lap had given the Mercedes driver pole by an extraordinary 1.2 seconds. Hamilton's decision to swap his race-winning McLaren for an up-and-coming Mercedes for 2013 was seen as a risky move by many in the F1 paddock. And although their first season together was far from perfect, there were some truly remarkable moments along the way, and none more so than in Hungary. After securing a surprise pole at a sun-baked Hungaroring in late July, not even Hamilton gave himself a chance in the race, declaring a win would be a miracle. Expecting his car to rapidly burn away its rear tyres, it soon became clear the rubber was holding firm in the
Look at that Formula One vehicle hard, yo.
taking advantage.
What's that, like platinum?
After pitting from the lead, he wasted no time in passing his former teammate
Looking
with
like
a
the silver bullet out there.
And another bold pass on Mark Webber after his second stop left him free and clear at the front, where he could truly put the hammer down.
It's a first win for Mercedes. Hamilton wins the Hungarian Grand Prix.
It was his 22nd race win, but crucially, his first victory for the Silver Arrows. Ringing a win from the car at a circuit that did not favour it was a demonstration of the decisive judgment and error-free execution.
So you're making history for real.
Yes, he is.
And the first step on what would become a history-making relationship.
I just said that, Mookie.
Said what?
I just said that.
This dude crazy.
I said he making history.
And I said he sure is.
And the dude holler, he a history maker.
Yeah.
Did you hear him? Come on, Mookie, man. Stop playing with him.
Decisive judgment and error-free execution that would become his hallmark in the years to come. And the first step on what would become a history-making relationship.
Come on, man.
Perhaps the best example of Hamilton's never-say-die attitude was the 2018 German Grand Prix. After his Mercedes suffered a hydraulic problem in qualifying, he lined up P14 at Hockenheim, with championship rival and home favourite Sebastian Vettel on pole. The British driver had never won a race starting from this far back, but from lights out, he drove like a man.
Take it back, Lewis. Take it back.
And Hamilton might just have picked up a place on Sergei Sorokin.
You took an L. Let's get it right back.
Off Esteban Ocon. Down the inside he goes on Charles Leclerc, and he's put himself into the points. Carlos Sainz is the next to be ticked off the list. Ultra soft tyres.
That is going to be one fast car now.
With Vettel leading, Hamilton blasted through the pack.
Ooh.
By lap 14, he was fifth, but winning still looked like a very long shot. Hamilton's supremacy, as the rain began to fall, was never more evident. But although he was the fastest driver on the circuit by some margin, Vettel continued to build his lead. But on lap 52, fortune swung.
Out of the race, Sebastian Vettel. He has been leading almost from start to finish.
The safety car was called. Bottas came in, but confusion over the radio meant Hamilton aborted his entry to the pits, driving across the grass to continue.
Stay up. In.
Hey, man.
No, sorry, mate. Hey, just go.
When Raikkonen pitted on the next lap, Hamilton took over at the front, with Bottas behind, who went on the attack as soon as the race restarted.
Bottas switcheroo at the hairpin. Now it's wheel to wheel with Hamilton. Hamilton has the lead still. Lewis Hamilton from 14th on the grid wins the
14 in the back, yo.
No.
Okay. Hold on. Chill out, GOAT.
His celebration
Chill out, GOAT.
was iconic, and he took the lead in a fight for the championship.
Oh my gosh.
Popping bottles out
Despite coming closer to the title in his debut season than any rookie had before, Hamilton still sought consistency. And after 2 pointless outings in Canada and France, he'd slumped from first to fourth in the driver's standings in 2008 and needed a happy homecoming to keep the critics at bay. A disappointing qualifying saw him start fourth as he struggled with his setup. But on Sunday, he delivered in style.
Great immediate getaway by Kovalainen, but Raikkonen is on the attack. And look at Hamilton down the inside. The crowd goes mad. Kovalainen's not having that. He's squeezing his teammate. Hamilton has to back out of it.
On lap 5, he took the lead going into Stowe, having put relentless pressure on his McLaren teammate Heikki Kovalainen. And when the rain returned, he put new intermediate tyres on his McLaren and was in a class of his own, dropping his nearest challenger Kimi Raikkonen by 22 seconds within 5 laps. But the moment of truth came when the rain intensified to a deluge. As his rivals scrambled to take full wets, the 23-year-old Hamilton trusted his touch on the intermediates. And although briefly slower than those on the full wet, he held his nerve and kept his car on track as drama ensued around him.
No, Nelson! You're going to see more of that. He's gone off in a straight line. That's exactly what we've been talking about. Well, the BMW's off. That'll be in the gravel. That's going no further. Kubica out of the race.
As the tarmac dried, he didn't have to pit again, and no one could match his pace.
Driving full speed in the rain.
5 seconds a lap faster than some of his pursuers. Despite one brief trip across the grass, by the flag, he'd lapped the entire field up to 4th place.
Lewis Hamilton putting a lap on one of his main rivals, Kimi Raikkonen.
And Alonso.
And was 68 seconds ahead of Nick Heidfeld in 2nd place, claiming F1's largest margin of victory for 13 years. Unprecedented in the modern era.
He came here to Silverstone and he has shown them all with one of the great drives.
Man,
Lewis Hamilton
dog,
wins the British Grand
no
Prix.
fear.
A beast.
The 90,000 stand as one for Lewis Hamilton.
With his maturity, racecraft and car control, he'd silenced his critics and pulled off a virtuoso wet weather drive in appalling conditions and arguably his finest ever. In just his 2nd season of Formula One, he displayed the hallmarks of a genius at the wheel. And, as it turned out, that's exactly what he was.
Chill out. Chill out, GOAT.
Louis Ham does it again, baby.
What you call him?
Louis Ham. That's his
Louis
name.
Ham, baby.
Louis Ham does it again.
Chill out, GOAT, man. Oh my gosh, man. I'm glad I am learning about this dude, man.
Yeah, he tough.
You know his rival Max. His rival Max, so we gotta get the Max
I
too.
don't think Max got enough for Louis though, man.
Man, you don't even see Max yet.
Max, alright. I seen a little bit.
Look, man, we know y'all love Lewis. Y'all was commenting about this dude, man. We glad. Hopefully YouTube let us put this video out. I seen a lot of people out there with him. I guess since we got so many views on our Formula One videos, YouTube like, look, show little Formula One, like, look, we ain't getting that out there on y'all channel. They actually rock with y'all.
Right.
But look, man, Lewis Hamilton, he's amazing. The way how he turned and just take over the next driver is just be crazy to me, bro. It's just like he already be predicted in his head. He like, bang, bang, shorty gonna go, man, what? Man, you know, I'm out of there.
I'm out of there.
What you guys say, bro?
Got him in my rear view. He definitely tough, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go on record and say he's my favorite F1 driver. So, you know what I'm saying? I said that twice, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, you know, I look forward to learning more about him, seeing more of his races, and, you know, keep pressing forward with the sport as a whole.
All right. So if y'all new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Yes,
all the Formula One fans, man, tap in, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all, man. I'm Nick Dunson.
And I'm Mookie Dunson.
And we out, baby. One.